So today let us start with the last part of activity-based costing and complete the remaining questions which are there, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Even my Wi-Fi is not stable. It may conk off anytime because here also there was thunderstorm and rain. So because of that there is fluctuation in the Wi-Fi connection. You can see the document I'm sharing now. Is the audio and video clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let us start with question number 7. Following are the data of the product alpha for the next year budget. You are given the activities, the cost driver is also given. Cost driver volume is given per year and the cost pool is given. Cost pool is the amount of the activity, that is the total cost of the activity. Then they have given the purchase orders, output, production batch size, that is the drivers and the cost drivers. Calculate the budgeted overhead cost using ABC principles. Second, calculate the budgeted overhead cost using absorption costing. And in absorption costing, we have to make use of machine hours. So in different problems, they will give you different basis of calculation. In some, they will give you machine hours. Sometimes they will ask you to calculate on the basis of labor hours. So depending upon what is given in the question, accordingly we'll solve. Third part is how can the company reduce the activity-based costing for the product alpha? So what methods can be used to reduce the cost for the product alpha? So let us see. We'll first work out the statement that I said. Last time I told you that we prepare a standard statement for activity-based costing. So let us start with that now. Statement showing cost driver rates. Write the activity here. Amount. Cost driver. Cost driver quantity, cost driver rate. Starting with the first activity, purchasing. Amount is 75,000, that is the cost pool. Cost driver is number of purchase orders. Cost driver quantity is given, 1,500. $75,000 divided by 1,500. So cost driver rate is 50. Second activity is selling. Total amount is 1,12,000. Here the cost driver is batches produced. 2,800 cost over quantity. So 1,12,000 divided by 2,800, 42. Material handling. Material handling 96,000. Cost driver is material movements. 8,000 cost over quantity. Cost over rate will be 12. Next is inspection. Amount is 70,000. Batches produced. Total cost over quantity is 2,800. So divide 70,000 by 2,800. It's 25. Last one. Machining costs. 1,50,000. Machine hours. Cost over quantity 50,000. 150 by 50 is 3. So as I explained in the last lecture, whenever we are doing problems on activity-based costing, this should be the first statement where we show the cost over quantity, and the cost over rates. So then application becomes simpler. Second statement will be, normally this will be followed by the statement of cost on ABC basis. So here it is statement of budgeted overhead cost. Statement of budgeted overhead cost. Bracket you write ABC. So here we are not calculating total cost statement. We are not preparing the total cost statement. Here we are preparing only the overhead cost statement. Previous problem we had done last lecture where we prepared the total cost statement on the basis of ABC and on the basis of traditional cost. So there it was, we started with direct material, direct labor and so on. But here it is only showing the overhead cost. That means only this 4 to 5 items of overheads that only will come. So we start with purchasing. We start with purchasing. Purchasing, the cost over rate is 50 rupees. Now that will be on the basis of number of purchase orders. So number of purchase orders they have given to us here 25.
25.
So this 25. So it is going to be 50 into 25. So like that we will calculate 50 into 25. 1250. Then we have selling expenses, selling cost, selling overheads, where the rate was 40 rupees. This is on the basis of number of batches. How many batches will be there? Have they given number of batches? They have
Yes,
not
sir.
given number of batches, but they have given output and they have given batch size. So total we are producing 15,000 units, and in each batch we are producing 100 units. So how many batches will be there? We have to combine this. This
150.
15,000 divided by 100. So it will be 150 batches.
150.
Okay. So sometimes they will not give you the number of batches. They will give you like this. Output is given and the production batch size is given. So total output is 15,000. Per batch we are producing 100 units. That means the number of batches will be 150. So 40 into 150. 40 into 150. 6,000. Material handling. Be careful now. Material handling cost. This is on the basis of material movements. And material movements, the rate is 12 rupees. Rate is 12 rupees. Now, what you have to do is, let us come back to the question and let us see how to calculate the movements. See, what they have given here is material movement per batch is 6. Okay, that means how many material movements will be there? There will be 6 movements per batch. But how many batches are there? 150 batches.
150.
Okay. So total material movement will be 150 into 6.
900.
Yeah. So now we will have to do that here. In the working, we'll have to show 150 into 6. So 12 into 150 batches. Okay. Into 6 movements. So that will come to 10,800. Inspection cost. Inspection cost is on the basis of number of batches produced, and the rate is 25.
25.
So 25 into how many batches you have produced? 150 batches.
150.
Yeah. So 25 into 150. How much?
3,000.
3,750. Machine costs. Machine costs, it is 3 rupees per machine hour. How many machine hours we have utilized? Output is 15,000 units, and the machine hours per unit is 0.1.
Yes, sir.
15,000 units into 0.1.
1,500.
1,500. So 1,500 into 3.
150.
4,500.
Yeah, correct. So take the total now.
Okay. 26,300.
Look. 26,300. So this is your overhead cost as per activity based costing. So that is the first part of the question. Now what we'll do is we'll calculate the overhead cost on the basis of absorption cost. So write overheads cost on absorption costing basis. Absorption costing basis, sometimes you also call it as traditional costing basis. Bracket you write machine hour. Now, if you see in the question, go back to the question, or you can see the amount here also. If you take the total of this, just see how much it comes to, the total of the amount column.
I like 3,000.
5,03,000.
Yes, yes, sir.
Now, this is the total overheads. So, total overheads that are 5,03,000, that total amount is not going to change. Now, I have to allocate on the basis of machine hour basis. So, I will write here total overheads 5,03,000. And total machine hours are 50,000. So overhead absorption rate is equal to 5,03,000 divided by 50,000. $10.06. So overhead cost for alpha is equal to total number of units produced is 15,000. Number of hours per unit is 0.1 into the rate per hour 10.06. So that comes to 15,090.
50,000.
So that is the second part of the question. So as per ABC costing, that is activity-based costing, your overheads are coming to 26,300. And if you see the absorption costing, that is the traditional costing, it is coming to 15,090. So question is asking you now, third part, how can the company reduce the activity-based cost for the product alpha? Can you suggest some methods?
Economic order quantity.
No, economic order quantity is for the purchase of raw materials. It is not for production, it is for purchase. What can it be? If you go to see here, 10,800 is the highest cost in all the 5 figures over here. 10,800. And that 10,800 we have calculated by taking the rate into 150 batches into 6 movements. So if you see that, what can be done? The rate cannot be reduced. So I will have to reduce the number of batches. How to reduce number of batches? Number of batches can be reduced by increasing the size of the batch. So if that is done, what can happen? If number of batches are reduced, for that to happen, I have to increase the size of the batch. So if number of batches are reduced, this cost, I'll take a different ink now. Okay, this cost is going to reduce because number of batches are coming in. This cost is going to increase because that is going to affect my number of batches. What else? So these two costs I can reduce by increasing the size of the batch, reducing the number of batches. What else can be done? If you see here, 1,500 hours are required for producing the commodity. So can I reduce the machine hours? And if I have to reduce the machine hours, then what should I do? If I have to reduce the machine hours, I should increase my speed of production. So I can say that number of hours to be reduced. For that purpose, I will have to increase the speed of production. What else can be done? Even here I can reduce. Number of batches reduced, so all these three costs are going to reduce. So these three costs,
Purchase order.
number of
Increasing
orders,
the number of purchase orders.
reduce the number of purchase orders. So for all 5, I'm having the solution. So for 3, I have got the solution that reduce the number of batches by increasing the size of the batch. So my selling overheads, material handling, inspection cost, all 3 will reduce. Then if I increase the speed of production, number of hours will reduce. So that will reduce my machine cost. And if I reduce my number of purchase orders, that will also reduce my purchasing cost. Okay, so let us write down answer to the third part. Following are some of the ways. Following are some of the ways of reducing activity-based cost. Of reducing activity-based cost. Number 1, increase the batch size. Increase the batch size so that number of batches can be reduced. Number of batches can be reduced. This will help in reducing. This will help in reducing the selling overheads, comma, material handling cost, and inspection cost. Second point, increase the speed of production. Increase the speed of production so that the machine hours are reduced. And point number 3, reduce the number of purchase orders. reduce the number of purchase orders. Okay, so that is the answer to the third part of the question. Let us see the next question now. Question number 8. Question number 8 has been asked in the examination at CMA level as well as the CA level. Both the CA final and CMA final, both it has been asked. So important type of question. Gokul is involved in the production of 3 types of ice cream products: choco, strawberry, and vanilla. The company presently sells 50,000 units of choco, 50,000 units of choco at 25 rupees per unit. Strawberry 20,000 units at 20 rupees per unit. And a vanilla 60,000 units at 15 rupees per unit. The demand is sensitive to selling price, and it has been observed that every reduction of 1 rupee per unit in the selling price increases the demand for each product by 10% to the previous level. That means as and how you reduce the selling price by 1 rupee, the demand for each product increases by 10%. The company has the production capacity of 60,000 units. Okay, production capacity of 60,000 units of 60,500 units of choco, 24,200 units of strawberry, and 72,600 units of vanilla. Company marks up 25% on cost. This is the profit percentage on cost of the product. Company management decides to apply the ABC analysis, and for this purpose, it identifies 4 activities: ordering, delivering, shelf stocking, customer support and service, and assistance. The other relevant information for the products at 100% production capacity levels are as follows. That means 100% means 60,500 units of choco, 24,200 of strawberry, and 72,600 of vanilla. For that, they have given us the details. Direct material per unit cost, direct labor per unit cost, number of purchase orders, number of deliveries, shelf stocking hours. Under the traditional costing system, store support costs are charged at 30% of prime cost. In ABC, these costs are coming under customer support and assistance. What is required? So the question. First question is calculate target cost for each product. After reduction of selling price required to achieve your sales equal to production in capacity. Means what? That I want to produce 100%. So 60,500 units, 24,200 units, and 72,600 units. For that 100% capacity, I have to calculate the target cost and thereby proportionately reduce the selling price. And remember that as you reduce the selling price, your production demand is going to increase by 10%. Second, the first method that you can see over here, first method is target costing. Second method, calculate the total cost and the unit cost of each product at the maximum level, again at the maximum level. Under traditional costing, the second method of costing is traditional costing. Third, calculate the total cost and unit cost of each product at the maximum level. Again, this will be at the maximum level. So everything is at the maximum level. Now using which method? ABC. That is activity-based costing. And then they have said, compare the cost of each product calculated in 1, 2, and 3 above and comment on it. So we have to prepare, in other words, they are asking us to prepare a comparative statement. So in the last part, that is the fourth part, it is implied that they are asking us to prepare comparative statement, comparative cost statement. Simply comparative statement. This is the implied question. And then we have to comment and see what we have observed in that comparative statement. So maybe that a particular method of costing is favorable only for a particular type of product and so on and so forth. So let us start with the first part, that is calculation of target cost. Okay, calculation of target cost. So first statement that I will prepare, statement showing target cost. Statement showing target cost. Choco, strawberry, and vanilla. First, what we'll do is we'll write down the units that are required to be produced and sold at 100% capacity. Sales at 100% capacity. In units. 60,500 units of Choco. 24,200 of strawberry. And 72,600 units of vanilla. This is a 100% capacity. Okay, now pay attention. Stop writing for 2 minutes. Understand the calculation. Understand calculation first. See, I'm explaining for Choco now. Choco existing selling price is 25 rupees. Existing selling price. Okay, and existing production is 50,000. Existing production is 50,000. Now I want to increase my production of Choco from 50,000 to 60,500. So I will increase it by 10% so that I can reduce my selling price by 1 rupee at a time. So first time I increase this by 10%, it will come to 55,000 and my selling price will reduce by 1 rupee. Now second time when I increase 55,000 by 10%, I have to increase it till I reach 60,500. So it will be 55,000 plus 5,500. Now it will come to 60,500. So again I reduce 1 rupee. So ultimately my selling price should be 23 rupees. So to increase from 50 to 60,500, I have to increase it twice by 10%. Okay, I have to increase it twice by 10%. So I have to reduce my selling price 2 times by 1 rupee each. So 25 minus 1 minus 1. So my selling price for Choco after the reduction at 100% capacity should be 23 rupees. Okay, so reduce selling price right here. Reduce selling price. For every 10% increase in, for every 10% increase in units produced. So that will be 23 rupees for choco. Okay, same thing I will do for the second one also, for strawberry. Existing selling prices 20 rupees. Existing production for strawberry is 20,000 units. I want to increase it to 24,200. So I add a 10% first. It will come to 22,000. Reduce selling price by 1. Then 22,000. Again, I increase by 10%. So 24,200. I've got my target 24,200. Again, reduce the selling price by 1. So it is going to be 20 minus 2, 18 rupees. 18 rupees. Tell me for vanilla now, how much will it be?
13. 13.
13 rupees. Markup on cost is 25%. That is 20% on selling price. 25% on cost means 20% on selling price. So 23 rupees, 20% will be 4.6. 18 rupees, 20% will be 3.6. And this will be 2.6. So target cost 23 minus 4, 18.4. 18 minus 3, 14.4. 10.4. This is my target cost per unit. So that is the first part of the question. So you can write here first part. First part was target costing. Second method is traditional costing. Are you finished with this?
No, sir. Done, Praveen? Okay. So let us now take the traditional costing. Statement showing total cost. Statement showing total cost and per unit cost.
bracket you write traditional costing. They want both from us, total cost as well as the per unit cost. First question they had asked only target cost for each product per unit. Second question they have asked total cost and per unit cost. Third question they have asked total cost and per unit cost. So in both we have to give total and per unit figures. Let us start with direct material per unit cost. Direct material per unit cost is given 8, 6 and 5. Direct labor cost per unit is given. Five, 4 and 3. Now, if you look at the question, let us come back to the question first. If you look at the question, we are doing traditional costing. So what is relevant for us now? See here. Under traditional costing, store support costs are charged at 30% of prime cost. And what is prime cost? Direct material, direct labor, direct expense. Now direct expense is not there. So direct material plus direct labor will be prime cost. So after calculating direct material and direct labor, I will take their total to find out what is the prime cost. So total of this, and we call this total as prime cost. Eight and 5, 13. 6 and 4, 10. 5 and 3, 8. This is your prime cost. Now 30% of this is your store support cost. Store support cost at 30% of prime cost. 30% of 13 will be 3.9. 30% of 10 will be 3. 30% of 8 will be 2.4. This will give you per unit cost per unit. $16.9, 13, 10.4. Now write down number of units. $60,500. 24,200 and 72,600. Multiply now and get the total cost. $16.9 into 60,500 is 10,22,450. 13 into 24,200 3,14,600. 10.4 into 72,600.
7,55,040.
Done. So second part of the question is over. They had asked for calculate total cost and per unit cost at the maximum level. So per unit cost also we have calculated, total cost also we have calculated. Third part of the question was calculate total cost and per unit cost at the maximum level using the activity based cost. So similar statement will prepare, but now with activity based costing. Now in this, what you can see is traditional costing. Overheads are not coming, and overheads have come together. All the total overheads are taken at 30% of prime cost. So that is predetermined allocation. Okay. Now in activity-based costing, we'll have to go as per the cost drivers that they have given to us. And that is cost drivers are for ordering, it is number of purchase orders, delivery, it is number of deliveries, shelf stocking, it is shelf stocking hours. So on that basis, on traditional, on driver basis, we have to take the figures. Okay. So let's do it. Statement showing total and per unit cost. ABC system. Starting with direct material cost. Now we'll take all the total figures. ₹8 per unit into 60,500 units. ₹8 into 60,500. That is 4,84,000. Second one, ₹6 per unit into 24,200. 6 into 24,200. 1,45,200. Third one, ₹5 per unit into 72,600. 3,63,000. Direct labor cost. Same way you do. It is ₹5 per unit into 60,500. 3,02,500. ₹4 per unit into 24,200. 96,800. And ₹3 per unit into 72,600. It's 2,17,800. Check the figures. Now all the overhead cost, starting with ordering cost. At 800 rupees per order. They have given you the cost drivers below. Number of purchase orders 35 for Choco. So 8 into 35. Sorry, 800 into 35. That is 28,000. Then 800 into 30, 24,000. 800 into 15, 12,000. Next one, delivery cost at 700 rupees per delivery. $78,400. 46,200. 33,600. Shelf stock cost, that is storage cost, in other words, at the rate of 199 per hour. So 199 into 130, 25,870. 199 into 150. 29,850, 29,850. And 199 into 160, 31,840. Then customer support and assistance, 1.10 per unit sold. Customer support at the rate of 1.10 per unit sold. So 60,500 into 1.1, 66,550. Then 24,200 into 1.1, 26,620. Last one,
860.
yeah, 79,860. Find out total cost. So what is the first cost? 9,85,320. Second total,
68%.
3,68,670.
3,68,670.
7,38,100.
7,38,100. Okay. Now find out the per unit cost divided by number of
16.29. 16.29.
16.29. Okay. Second one,
15.23.
28 or 23?
23.
23. Last one,
10.17.
10.17. Okay. So here again we have shown total cost also and the per unit cost also. Here, why did I calculate first total cost? Because overhead cost anyway you have to calculate total. So there is no point in starting with direct material per unit cost. In the previous part, everything was in per unit. So here also I calculated there I calculated everything per unit, added the store support cost also at per unit, and then multiplied by number of units to get total cost. So it is just a method of convenience, not I say that okay, this is the format for solving the problem. No, this is not the format. Here also you can first calculate all total cost, everywhere you calculate total cost only, and then final figure you divide by total number of units, you get the same. Third part is also over. Now fourth part is that we have to compare all this and we have to write down the comment if any. So let us prepare comparative cost table. Fourth part. Comparative cost table. So choco, strawberry, and vanilla. Here what I do is I write down all the three methods by which we have calculated the per unit cost and compare. First we calculated target cost. So target cost, what are the three figures? 18.4, 14.4 and 10.4. 18.4, 14.4 and 10.4. Second, we calculated traditional cost. Traditional cost 16.9, 13 and 10.4. 16.9, 13 and 10. Last one. That was ABC in our system. 16.929, 15.23 and 10.17. 16.29, 15.23, 10.17. Now, if you see here, for choco, What is giving us the lowest cost? ABC method. For strawberry, it is traditional cost. For a vanilla, it is again this. For choco and vanilla, should follow the ABC system that will give us cost. And for strawberry, we should follow the traditional cost method that will give us the minimum cost, so that profits can be maximized. So write down the wins. For choco and vanilla, ABC is the most suitable method. ABC is the most suitable method of costing. ABC is the most suitable method of costing. So, for strawberry, the traditional costing method is more suitable. Traditional costing method is more suitable. Okay, let us take question number 9. Question 9 also similarly, different methods are there. So we are having the traditional costing system as well as the activity-based costing. Okay. A company manufactures 3 types of products, P, Q, and R. Data relating to P, Q, and R are given to machine hours per unit, direct labor hours per unit at 20 rupees. Direct labor hours per unit at 20 rupees.
Sir, I can't hear you properly. There's some disturbance in your voice.
Disturbance, it is not from my side. I'll mute all the participants. Okay. All the participants, please mute it. Just switch on only when you have to answer. I think now the sound is gone. Okay. So, we are having the machine hours per unit, direct labor hours per unit at 20 rupees. And that is given to us as 4, 12, and 8. How many hours will be there like that? It is at 20 rupees per unit. How many hours for P, how many hours for Q, how many hours for R? It is 4, 12, and 8 only. No? 4, 12, and 8 only. So, per unit, the figure has been given as 20 rupees. But the number of hours per unit they have given us 4, 12, and 8. Then direct material per unit is given 90, 80, and 120. Production is given 3,000, 5,000, and 20,000. Currently, the company uses traditional costing. Currently, company uses traditional costing method and absorbs all the production overheads on the basis of machine hours. Machine hour rate is given to us as 6 rupees per hour. Company proposes to use the ABC system and the activity analysis is as follows. Batch size is given, number of purchase orders per batch is given, number of inspections per batch is given. Then they have given total production overheads are analyzed as follows. Machine setup cost is 20%, machine operating cost is 30%, and inspection cost is 40%, material procurement related cost is 10%. So that accounts for 100% cost. Calculate the cost per unit of each product using traditional method of absorbing production overheads on the basis of machine hours. Calculate the cost per unit of each product using ABC method. So two methods are there. Traditional method and the ABC method. So let us start with traditional method. They want only the cost per unit. They don't require the total cost as such. So let us first find out traditional cost. Traditional cost. Starting with direct materials. Ten, 18, and 14. That is the machine hours. Direct material per unit is 90, 80, and 120. 90, 80, 120. Direct labor at 20 rupees per unit. Twenty into 4, that is 80. 20 into 12, that is 240. 20 into 8, that is 160. So you can take the prime cost here. $170, $320, $280. And since it is traditional costing, all the production overheads are calculated on the basis of machine hour, and the machine hour rate is 6 rupees per hour. Okay, so overheads absorbed on machine hour basis. Overheads absorbed on machine hour basis. Now they have given you machine hours per unit. 10 rupees for P, 10 hours for P. So 10 into 6, 60. I'll show the working here. Then 18 into 6 and 14 into 6. So 18 into 6, 108. 14 into 6, 84. Cost per unit. $230, $428, $364. Okay, so this is a traditional costing. Now, when we are switching over to the ABC method, this is the first part. When we are switching over to ABC method, the first thing that we need to know is the total overheads. How much is the total overheads? And after calculating the total overheads, I will have to analyze. Machine setup cost is 20%, machine operating cost is 30%, inspection cost 40%, material procurement cost is 10%. That is what they have given to us. So first let us find out the total overheads. For total overheads, I require total production hours. So first, below this statement you can write here. Production hours. For P, we require 10 hours per unit and 3000 units are produced. So if you see our problem, they have given all the details. Machine hours per unit, they have given us 10 rupees or 10 hours and 6 rupees per unit is a rate of overheads. But we want the number of hours now. So 10 into this 3000. For rate, you will multiply by 6. Then for Q, you will have 8 into 5000. For R, you will have 14 into 20,000. Okay. So let us do that. Production hours. 10 into 3000 plus 18 into 5000 plus 14 into 20,000. So that is 30,000 plus 90,000 plus 2,80,000. That totals up to 120 and 380, 4 lakhs, 4 lakh hours. Production overhead cost is equal to 4 lakh hours into 6 rupees. So total is 24 lakhs. Now, normally, my next step would be preparing the statement of calculation of cost driver rates. But the problem is that for cost driver rates, I do not know the cost drivers themselves. Okay. Had I known the cost drivers themselves, I would have easily prepared the statement that I prepared in the beginning of the lecture today. But it is not possible. So what I will do is, I will first prepare a statement showing all the cost drivers for the 3 products P, Q and R. and then we will calculate the cost driver rates. Okay, and then we will prepare the statement under ABC. So let us do this. Right, ABC system. Calculation of cost driver details. Calculation of cost driver details. So I want a number of batches. I want a number of purchase orders, total number of inspections, and so on. Okay, these are the things that I want. I want the number of batches, total number of inspections, and total number of orders. So let us start with the first one. I'll write production units. How many units we are producing? We are producing 3,000 units of P, 5,000 units of Q, and 20,000 units of R. What is the batch size in each batch? How much we are producing? The batch size is 150, 500, and 1000. 150, 500, and 1000. So, number of batches will be how much? I want number of batches. 3,000 divided by 150. So there will be 20 such batches. 5,000 divided by 500. Total 5,000 units I am producing. In each batch I am producing 500 units. So how many batches will be there? 10 batches.
10 batch.
Last one, 20,000 units total. Per batch I am producing 1,000. So how many batches?
20 batch.
So total number of batches? 50. This is my first calculation. Now, next is to calculate number of inspections. Okay? Number of inspections per batch. Number of inspections per batch. This is given to me as 5, 4, and 3. Now, number of batches, so I've already written just above that, so I'll not write it again. So, total inspections, total number of inspections. Five into 20,
100.
4 into 10, 3 into 20, total 200. Number of orders per batch. Number of purchase orders per batch, 3, 10, and 8. Total number of orders. Three into 20, 10 into 10, 8 into 20, 320. Okay, so these are my cost driver details. Any difficulty in the calculations here? All calculations you have understood, I suppose. What is the next thing? Next thing is to calculate the cost driver rates. So calculate and tell me what are the cost driver rates. 4 cost drivers are there. Calculate and tell me cost driver rate is how much. How will you calculate cost driver rates now? See, total, you have got 24 lakhs as the total factory overheads. Okay, if you take the first cost driver, that is machine setup cost, it is 20% of 24 lakhs. Okay, so you'll get 20% of 24 lakhs. Divide that by number of activities, that is number of batches. Okay, so like that you have to do. Let us start with the machine setup cost. Calculation of cost driver rates. Calculation of cost driver rates. What is the first cost driver? The first cost driver is machine setup cost. Machine setup cost. How much it is? 20%. 20% of what? 20% of total 24 lakhs. This will give me the figure. This divided by machine setup cost will be on the basis of what? Will be on the basis of number of batches. Machine setup cost will be on the basis of number of batches, because we don't have any other cost driver here. So number of batches are how much now? Number of batches over here. Look at this now. This figure 50. Okay, so number of batches is 50. So 20% of 24 lakhs will be 4 lakh 80. 4 lakh 80 divided by 50. 9,600. Machine operating cost is given as 30%. So 30% of 24 lakhs. This is going to be divided by number of machine hours. Number of machine hours are 4 lakh hours. So 24 lakhs into 30% divided by 4 lakhs. 1.8. Third is inspection cost. Inspection cost is given as 40% of total cost. So 40% of 24 lakhs. Nine lakh 60,000 divided by number of inspections. Total number of inspections 200. Nine lakh 60,000 divided by 200. 4,800. Material procurement cost. Material procurement cost 10%. 10% of 2 lakh 40, 24 lakhs is 2 lakh 40 divided by total number of orders 320. So 240 divided by 320. 750. Okay. Now we'll prepare the statement of cost with the activity based costing. Statement of cost. This will be on the ABC basis. I'll start with machine setup cost. Machine setup cost. Let us go back to this now. 9,600. 9,600 multiplied by 20 rupees. That is 20 batches. 9,600 multiplied by 20 batches. How much is that? 1,92,000. Okay, 1,92,000. Cost driver into the cost driver quantity, the rate into quantity. 9,600 into 10, 96,000. And last one, 9,600 again into 20. So 1,92,000. Okay. Machine operating cost. 1.8 per machine hour. 1.8 into machine hour. Where will you get the machine hour? I have calculated here. See here, production hours. That is why I calculated separately and kept. So 1.8 into this 30,000. 54,000. 1.8 into 30,000. 54,000. Then 1.8 into 90,000. 1.8 into 90,000. 1,62,000. Just check the calculations. And 1.8 into 2,80,000.
5,04,000.
Yeah, 5,04,000. Next one. Inspection cost. Inspection cost is 4,800 per inspection. 4,800 into 1 lakh. Sorry, into 100. That is 4,80,000. 4,80,000. Then 4,800 into 40. 1,92,000. 4,800 into 60.
2,88,000.
Material procurement cost. $750 into 60. 750 into 60. How much? 45,000.
45,000.
Then 750 into 100. 75,000. Then 750 into 160.
1,25,000.
1,20,000.
20,000. Yes.
Take the total of overheads. One 90, 240, 720, 760, 771. 190, 250, 350, 440, 510, 520, 525. Let's check. 7 and 1, 8 and 1, 9, 10 lakhs, 90, 10 lakhs, 90, 11 lakhs, 11 lakh 4,000. 11 lakh 4.
So direct and indirect.
Yeah.
Sorry, direct material, direct labor.
Yes, yes, I'm coming. Overheads cost per unit.
Oh,
I've not
okay.
forgotten. Calculate overheads cost per unit. 7,71,000 divided by 3,000 units. 257. 257. Then 5,25,000 divided by 5,000.
105.
105. 11 lakh 4,000 divided by 20,000 units.
55.2.
Okay, we have got overheads cost per unit. Now, we have already calculated prime cost per unit. Here. We have already calculated prime cost per unit, that is direct material, direct labor. So again, we will not write, we will directly write prime cost only. 170, 320, 280. Okay. Add to this prime cost per unit. shortcut, na? Why to write all the things again? 170, 320. As it is, problem is big, so you have to make use of shortcut methods. So you get total cost per unit. Three 427, 425,
335.2.
335. Okay, so that completes my ABC. Question number 10 is exactly similar to question number 5. So you can try it for homework. Question 10. Let us see what is question 10. This is question 10. It is exactly similar to question 5 that we have done. See, you had done question 5 where list selling price was given, actual selling price was given. Okay, and you had prepared the statement. Remember, wholesaler retailer problem. Question 5. Question 5. See here. Same type of question. 4 customers are there. Okay. You are given the list price and the actual selling price and all those things are given. You have to prepare same way. Income statement has to be prepared. Okay. So you can try it for homework. Compute the customer level operating income. Comment on the results. Then you have to write the comments as to what do you find as a difference between list selling price and actual selling price and so on. So what you can do is, for tomorrow, you prepare the statement and keep it ready. So in a way, we can check the final answer also. Whatever comments are there, if you are not able to write, you will write it in class tomorrow. Okay. So prepare the customer level operating income. That is the entire income statement ready with all these details. And tomorrow we'll see what explanation or what comments to be written for the topic. Up till here, everybody has followed everything. So activity-based costing, actually it is a very simple topic. So we have covered enough questions, about 9 questions we have done. So tomorrow I'll be starting with the chapter number 6 that is there. That is just in time. And again, that is a very simple topic. Just in time is a very simple topic. We have got certain theory questions in that, which is very important. And after doing the theory, then we'll start with the questions, that is the practical questions on just in time. And after that, because most of the things are covered, then we have one small part over there which is called ERP, just in time chapter only, in chapter number 6. We have got something sorry, we have called something called as ERP, that is enterprise resource planning. There also theory is there. Then we have one more concept, that is benchmarking. A lot of concepts are there. Benchmarking. Benchmarking is also for theory. Now in ERP, there is no practical question. In benchmarking also there is no practical question. So in chapter number 6, there are about 3 to 4 concepts, but practical questions only on GIT. Okay. So that we'll try to complete within the next 2-3 days. And after that, we'll start with major topics. In fact, I think TQM is also there in chapter number 7. I want to finish off all these small topics which are there. The reason being that your major topics after that we will sit and do it. One is transfer pricing and one is decision making, that is involving marginal costing. So in the meantime, what you can do is you can just revise your marginal costing formulas that you have done at inter CMA level. So do that much, because that will help us in solving the final problems. Because in the final, we are having application of that. So I will be just, when I'm doing the topic, I'll be just revising the formulas. Actual solving of problems on that particular formula-based problems will not be there. It will be application of marginal costing. Okay. So till we reach that, we are having sufficient time. We will do chapter number 6 first, chapter number 7, and then we come to those major problems. Okay. Fine. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Keep safe.